Alright, hey, listen. This is important stuff, so listen up, alright? And be cool.
But I'm going to show you a little trick here. This is called a sealed bearing. And because it has basically this sort of a oil seal or grease seal around the edge here. But a lot of people don't know is you can re-grease these. It doesn't seem like you can get access. But if you take a tool like this and you slip into that lip right there, okay, and pop that off, all right, we put a little dent in that, but it's just metal, okay, and we can straighten that right out. I will put it on the bench and just press on that right there. Pretty much take the little dent out, okay, but the seal is fine. If you're careful, you don't want to use something extremely sharp. So look at that, we take the seal off, and look at that, there's your bearing, okay? There's a seal on the other side too. But what I'm going to do is basically, I mean, there's like nothing in that. You want to make sure it's rolling smoothly. You don't want to feel rough spots. You don't want this inner race to be loose. No noise. That's a perfectly good bearing, but it's got a little oxidation, corrosion, and there's not much grease in here. So we're going to re-grease it, which you can do by pulling off that seal. So the thing with the grease is you want to kind of get a pile on there, and then you want to kind of push with the whole pad of your finger, and you're actually forcing it in under hydraulic pressure. You want to keep like building up a little ridge there, and you want to pour it with the whole pad of my finger, kind of force it in. You see it's oozing out around the edges there. This is really nice that, you know, you actually can service these sealed bearings. And even if it has the metal shield, that also is removable. It's a little more tricky, but often these bearings, you know, you get something that's, you know, 5 years old, 20 years old, 50 years old. It may not have much use, but that grease is all dried up, and you by re-greasing it before you start putting it into service, you pretty much have new bearings. If you don't and you run them dry, it's not going to take long before you're going to start having problems. And once these get loose or worn out, that suspension on that bike is going to start getting all sloppy and loose, and you'll start losing handling and all that kind of thing. Okay, so that's forced in nicely. You can rotate. You can do this as long as you want. I mean, you can see when I just started, I've had way more grease in than it had when we started this. So just my heat coming on. We're up in New England here, and it is winter. That's why I'm in here doing this. That's what we do in the winter. Pre-pack our bearings and whatever, and plow snow, which we're not doing today, luckily. Okay, so I've like probably done that twice as much as you have to, just so you know. It's in there. You can feel it once you pretty much press the grease in there. You know it's in there, and it's going to roll its way around anyway. So I'm wiping it off kind of flush with the surface, okay? You got it, I got all grease in that hole there. All right, stick a rag in there. Tear it off. I love paper towels. Throw them away. Get a nice new one. Okay. Then we're going to put this seal back on. I'm going to watch how cool this is. So we got a good amount of grease in there still. You can put a little more. Okay, I'm going to make a mess again, but you can do this if you want to get all crazy. Fill it right up to the brim. That's the way the seal goes. See, it's got like numbers on it. Okay, and then we just push this thing in, and it just like pops right back in. There's little rubber lips that engage with little steel grooves in the races. Okay, repacked. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to do all of them, and I'll know that's in good shape.